So in the process of filming these videos, I end up cutting out a whole lot of footage for whatever reason. Maybe it just didn't seem like the right place to put it in the video, or maybe there's just too much footage already, and I've really got to just weed some of it out and in the editing process. But I filmed a few clips yesterday while I was hiking. And it when I get out on these trails, I just start thinking about things, and I started thinking about the situation that I'm in right now, living the van life. And I explained a little bit kind of why I'm doing this. Now those clips didn't make it to the final cut, because it just didn't feel like the right spot. I didn't want to distract from this beautiful landscape. But I think it is important for you to know kind of what I'm doing here and why I'm doing it. So here are just a few short little clips kind of explaining some of that. And yeah, like I said, I didn't think it had a great place in the past video, so I just wanted to isolate it and kind of put it in a short little video of its own. So yeah, see what you think. Yeah, a lot of times when I'm out on a trail like this with just time to kind of think and explore your thoughts a little bit, I started thinking about how before any of this, before I was living the van life, which I haven't been doing for very long, by the way. I think it's coming up on 6 months that I started, since I started living in the van. And yeah, before that, just at my 9-to-5 job, I'd get out and do things like this, but it wasn't as much as I wanted to. There just wasn't a whole lot of time. And it never felt quite right, you know what I mean? Like, back then it was just like, oh, something's missing, Something's just, I could be doing more, I could be doing things differently. It just, that thing in the back of your mind that tells you, oh, there's so much more to see. It's just not feeling right where I am right now. That voice goes away when I'm out in a place like this. And personally, I believe that voice that kind of pushes you to do stuff like that, that's nature's way of kind of telling you something's wrong, you need to do something different. And when that voice goes away out in places like this, it lets me know that I might just be on the right path finally. Now, there's no guarantee that it's gonna be that way forever. I mean, I could keep doing this kind of thing, but eventually it might get to the point where I need to switch it up again. But at least for right now, it feels good. It feels right. That's the best way I can describe it. Yeah, your time is so valuable when you think about it. There's only so much of it that you get. And different things make different people happy, Sometimes the 9-to-5 can be a great situation and it fulfills you, and you're working somewhere you feel like you're making a meaningful impact and you're happy. then you think about what money really does for you is it just gives you more freedom. Well, what if there was a way around that? Like, what if you could get to the freedom without having so much money, or without having to worry about, you know, funding things that you want to do? So getting in the van, I was just able to cut my expenses so low, so far at least, to where I can pretty much just work part-time, and that's enough to cover food and gas and, you know, the essentials. And it gives me so much more free time. It gives me the freedom and sort of bypasses the money problem. Money's always going to be something you got to think about for sure, but it's not the only way to get there. You know what I mean? It's not the only path to the spot that feels right for you, you know? Yeah, and I certainly don't mean to preach or just go on and on about things like that, just kind of thinking out loud, you know? Yeah, everybody's a little different, and different things do it for different people. And I should also say that nothing's perfect, you know? Like in the van, there are challenges for sure. Things you gotta face that you wouldn't have to face otherwise. Yeah, you still have your days, you know. I don't know if there's a way around that. But there are fewer of those days where it just doesn't feel good, you know? There are fewer of those now. And I really do hope that it continues to be that way. I am liking it so far. And yeah, universe willing, it'll just it'll continue on like that for a little bit longer.